What's up, everyone? Welcome back. So today I'm taking another look at the PlushBeds mattress after having it in my house for quite a while now. So I first picked this mattress up earlier this year after realizing that my sleep just wasn't where it needed to be. I was waking up feeling unrested, dealing with some stiffness, and it became pretty clear that my old mattress had reached the end of the road. And that sent me looking for something that just wasn't comfortable on day one, but it also felt better built and made with higher quality materials overall. And that's what led me to PlushBeds. They're a family-owned company that puts a big emphasis on organic materials and long-term durability, which immediately set them apart from a lot of the other options that I have been looking at. So in this updated review, I'm going to go over how the mattress has actually held up over time, how it feels to sleep on night after night, what I think it does really well, where it might not be the best fit, and how it compares to another popular brand that I have already considered and tried. Now, to give you a bit of context on the company itself, PlushBeds has actually been around since 2008. They're family owned, they don't take outside investments, and the way they describe it is that they've always prioritized longevity and quality over cutting corners just to boost profits. So the entire lineup is built with long-term durability in mind, using materials like GOTS certified organic cotton and GOLS certified latex. And the idea is to make something that not only feels good to sleep on, but that's also better for your health and more sustainable in the long run. In fact, a big part of their mission is combining better sleep with environmental responsibility, which is probably why a lot of their customers tend to be either luxury focused, eco-conscious, or just tired of the usual memory foam options out there that start to sag after about a year or two. Now, in terms of the actual ordering experience, PlushBeds does a good job here too. The website is pretty easy to navigate, especially if you're comparing between models or choosing things like firmness levels or mattress sizes. Shipping is free, and you also have the option to pay for something called white glove delivery, which basically means they'll set everything up for you in your home, and that's an extra fee, but honestly, it might be worth it depending on your space because this is a heavy mattress, especially if you're going with one of the latex models like the Botanical Bliss. And for me, delivery took about 10 days, which was slightly longer than the 7 to 9 day estimate they provided. The mattress arrived compressed and rolled up in a sustainable packaging, which did make it a little easier to get inside. Still, it's a two-person job if you're doing it yourself. And once unboxed, it took around 24 hours to just fully expand and air out, which is normal. And I didn't notice any chemical smells, which is a huge plus if you are sensitive to that kind of thing. And PlushBeds actually kept me updated throughout the entire shipping process, which is a nice touch, especially since delivery windows can sometimes feel, well, like a black box with other brands. Now, as far as the different mattress options go, PlushBeds actually has a few models depending on what you're after, and I'll quickly walk through the main three. So their most popular model is called the Botanical Bliss, and this is the one that I've been sleeping on. Pricing starts at around $1,450 for a twin and goes up to about $2,450 for a split king. And it's made entirely from organic latex. And what's nice is you can actually choose your firmness level and even customize the layers later on if you want to adjust things. So if you are dealing with back pain or just want something more tailored, it's a huge win. And just a quick heads up, these are the current pricings and they might change over time. So if you do want to make sure you always get the best deal possible, you can check out the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so we'll earn a small commission, which would greatly help out the channel. Then there is the Eco Bliss, which is a more budget-friendly option. It starts closer to about $950 for a twin, and instead of being a full latex, it combines a layer of organic latex with a non-toxic polyfoam core. You lose a little bit of the long-term durability, and it's not customizable like the Botanical Bliss, but it is still a solid option if you're trying to stay closer to that lower price point. And for anyone after a truly high-end luxury feel, there is the Royal Bliss, and this one starts at around $5,500 and can go up to about $9,750 for a split king. It uses things like cashmere cotton and alpaca fibers, and it's designed to be ultra soft and breathable, definitely more of a luxury splurge. But the craftsmanship and the materials are next level if that is something that you value. Now, in terms of the return policy, PlushBeds offers a 100-night trial, but there is a required 30-day minimum before you can initiate a return. And that's literally just to give your body time to adjust. And after that, they'll process a full refund within about 72 hours of receiving the mattress back. Keep in mind, latex mattresses are heavier and a bit trickier to move. So if you don't want to deal with that, they also offer a $150 $1 concierge removal service. Also, if you are planning to buy one, just remember that going through an affiliate link like the one in the description usually gets you a better deal than buying straight through their site. So that is worth keeping in mind if you are ready to pull the trigger. Now, moving into how this actually feels to sleep on, here's where PlushBeds really shines. The all-natural latex gives you that nice mix of pressure relief without sinking in too far, soft enough to cushion but firm enough to keep your spine aligned. Now, I switch between sleeping on my back and my side, and it's been great for both. There's no slow sinking memory foam feeling here. It's more of a buoyant, responsive type of support. And because of the way the mattress is layered with breathable organic cotton on top and natural wool just underneath, temperature regulation has also been surprisingly solid. Even during warmer nights, it's stayed cool and comfortable without trapping heat the same way all foam beds tend to trap heat. Now, what also impressed me here is how well it handles motion. Now, even though latex naturally has a bit more bounce than memory foam, it still manages to absorb movement nicely. So if your partner is a restless sleeper, you're not going to feel every little shift or roll during the night. Another area where it's held up well is edge support. A lot of mattresses tend to sag near the sides over time, but this one feels stable and supportive even when you're just sitting right on the edge. So you're getting full use of the surface without that feeling like you're sliding off. And then beyond comfort, there's the whole eco side of things, which is honestly one of the biggest reasons I went with this mattress in the first place. You're getting GOTS certified organic cotton and wool, GOLS certified latex, a fiberglass free fire barrier, and no off-gassing when you unbox it. It's built to last, and it's built clean. Now that said, there are a few downsides worth knowing about. First, latex does have a unique feel. It's a little springier and more responsive than traditional foam. So if you're coming from memory foam, there might be a short adjustment period. Some people love it right away, others do take a few nights. Also, the mattress is heavy, like seriously heavy. Adjusting the internal layers, if you go with a customizable model, definitely isn't a one-person job. So setup's going to be smoother if you do have help, or just opt for that white glove delivery option. And finally, if you're a strict side sleeper and prefer that deep cushioned sink around your hips and your shoulders, you might find the default firmness a touch too firm. You can get a softer configuration, but just something to be aware of if pressure relief is your top priority. Now, if you're comparing plush beds to something like Safa, which is another brand that I've seriously considered before buying, there are a few key differences that might help you decide. The Botanical Bliss from PlushBeds is built entirely from natural latex, with no synthetic foams or chemical flame retardants, so right away it's going to appeal more to anyone who's eco-conscious or just wants a cleaner, more organic sleep surface. Plus, you do get customizable firmness options and even the ability to adjust the internal layers, which gives you a lot of flexibility over time. Now, the Safa Classic, on the other hand, uses a dual coil system with a mix of pocketed springs and foam, so it leans more towards that hotel-style luxury feel. Still very supportive and definitely comfortable, but it doesn't offer the same level of customization or natural materials. Now, in terms of motion isolation, both do a decent job, but PlushBeds edges ahead slightly because latex just tends to absorb movement better across the surface. And when it comes to pressure relief, especially for people dealing with back pain, I would lean towards PlushBeds again, just for how well the latex just contours without that sink-in feeling. But if you prefer the feel of a traditional innerspring setup with a bit of more bounce and don't need all of the eco features, Safa's probably going to feel more familiar, especially if you're coming from a coil-based mattress already. For me, the choice came down to materials and flexibility. I wanted something that would hold up over the years, stay cool, and give me some control over the firmness later on. So PlushBeds just made more sense long term. So overall, PlushBeds has delivered exactly what I was hoping for. Comfortable, supportive mattress that is thoughtfully made, holds up well over time, and avoids a lot of the shortcuts that you see in other brands. It's especially worth considering if you're someone who values cleaner materials, cares about sustainability, or you just want something that's going to feel good night after night without sagging or overheating. And between the customizable firmness, the breathable build, and the strong edge support, it does check a lot of the boxes. Now, it's not going to be the right fit for everyone, especially if you do prefer that super soft memory foam feel or if you're trying to stay under a tighter budget. But for anyone looking for long-term comfort and durability, it's a solid choice. So hopefully you found this updated review helpful. If so, please leave a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. And if you have any questions about plush beds or you want help deciding between models, feel free to drop those down in the comments below, as I love getting to answer as many of those as I can. Again, if you are thinking of picking one up, there's usually a better deal through the affiliate link down in the description than going straight to the PlushBeds website. So feel free to check that out if you want the best price. And if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.